everyone, and welcome to Geeks Not Nerds, the podcast. I'm Capain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
And today we're going to talk about encouraging people to enter your fandoms.
Right.
And good ways and bad ways to do this.
See, first what you do is you run out and you buy everything and then you shove it in their face and say, read it, read it, read it now.
I've had people do that to me.
See, that's not cool.
No, that's not cool. So we're going to talk about that and other things.
Amongst other things.
So Vince, have you ever had friends that are like deeply, deeply interested in something that you're not interested in and you can't get them to stop talking about it?
Things that I don't give a rat's so-and-so about,
I
would say.
Right.
Now, maybe I would care about it. Maybe I would care about whatever the mythical it is.
Sure.
But these people are so zealous about it, and they have no idea of how to sell something. And they don't belong in sales. So,
right. So it's all about strategy.
yeah. Now, there is a potential that I might enjoy it. I even had a rant last week about giant robots.
Right.
That maybe if somebody had a well-thought-out way of presenting something to me that had giant robots in it, I might enjoy it.
You might watch it, and then you'd have to somewhat rescind your opinion about giant robots.
I still don't like them.
Sure, sure, but there can be exceptions, and there are generally exceptions to everything.
Yeah.
About the giant robots, Vince.
About the...
So, what was that movie? The Iron Giant.
Oh. You see, I liked the Iron Giant.
See, all right, I knew there was going to be one.
And there is a giant robot in the Iron Giant.
Well, in fact, the title is about a giant robot, Vince.
Who'da thunk? It's an endearing film.
I thought that would help. Anyway, so for those of you that were upset about Vince's rant about giant robots, I just found one that he likes. Moving on.
And it is in my collection. So
You even own that film.
I forgot about that.
I rest my case. Okay, so anyway,
Aw, shucks.
But I mean, like, do you have any examples of because I know that there have been people in your life that have tried to shove things at you.
Now, I'm having difficulty pinpointing one right now, spur of the moment. But one that actually worked. My dad told me that I should start getting into Western films.
Okay.
And the way he presented it wasn't so much, son, you'd really like these, you gotta check them out. It was, these are film classics. These are things that are part of canon, and they're Westerns. You might want to take a look at it since you're studying film. And I said, you have a really good point.
Right, so you put it in your personal interest.
Yeah. It's within the context of something that I have some appreciation for. So therefore I started watching Liberty Valance. I started watching all the John Ford movies. Not all of them. That was misleading. But a few of them.
So doesn't this kind of get into the realm of doing things like okay, the distinction between buying someone a gift that you know they would enjoy versus buying something you like and giving it to another person?
I've had a friend do that for me once.
Oh, me too, more than once. But it's like that, right? Right? Where, I mean, you know, if there's something that you really are into, and let's put this into some sort of a context for a minute. Let's do, well, we've done this before, but let's do my personal big one, right? Star Trek. Okay, you're not a huge Star Trek fan.
No.
You don't hate it, but it's just not, you know, it's just not the cat's meow like it is for me, right?
Or the cat's woof.
Right, or the Tribble's something. So anyway, you know, I invited you to Trek Club.
Yeah.
And you've come several times. And I've even shown you some episodes and stuff. But it hasn't gotten you like you know, obsessed with it. But I'd say you've developed at least some sort of respect for parts of it.
See, there's the thing, is when I started going to Trek Club, not that I go regularly, especially since I work those nights, but when I started going to Trek Club, I thought Trek was this really nerdy, geeky, whatever, and
Oh, and heaven forbid you get into something that's geeky.
Yeah, oh no. But I thought, you know, why would I ever like this? You know, my mother was into it, I watched a little bit with her, and I didn't care.
Right.
But I went to Trek Club, and I actually... Okay, I'm being a little scatterbrained right now, but this will prove the point even more. I hate 60s television.
Right.
Pretty much all of it. I just don't like it. And I watched an episode of Original Trek, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought...
You're talking about the time you saw that at school, right?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, because I know there was one episode you saw at school when you were taking a class on gangster films,
Yeah.
right? And they showed the gangster episode from original series.
Piece of the action.
Piece of the action, right?
And that was really funny to me. Therefore, I enjoyed it. And I couldn't even... It didn't even seem like camp to me. It just seemed like it was supposed to be a comedy.
Right.
And I thought, this is really funny and clever stuff. And then I saw the... I keep forgetting what it is, but I think it's the Doomsday Weapon episode.
The Doomsday Machine.
Yeah. I thought that was a really well done episode. I even gave it a little bit higher than what I usually do for a rating.
Oh, when we watched that in club. I forgot you were there that week.
Yeah. And I think... oh, wait, that's a different week I'm thinking of. I got made fun of for having a lower rating than everybody else for that particular episode, but it was still higher than my usual rating. So yeah, it was presented in a context that I could appreciate. It was there, it was a public viewing that we didn't have to be silent for, so therefore any disdain that I had to voice about it, I could. And it wasn't shut down, it was saying, that's really funny. Of course it helps that I wasn't just going, this is crap, and then folding my arms and pouting.
Because people would have been like, why are you here? You should leave.
You're being, oh, I can't say that on the podcast, sorry.
So I think that when we get into people trying to get other people into a fandom, first of all, we need to recognize that both parties have a part to play. The party that wants you to be that wants to introduce you to something has to do it in such a way that will make it interesting to you, not just simply make it seem like I want you to do this because I like it, and make it all about yourself. And then the other party has to come a certain stretch of the way also, right? If it's presented in the right way, then the other party has to kind of, give it a chance.
Yeah. I'd wait for some sort of spark of interest.
Oh, of course.
Because you can't just start shoving things on somebody. I mean, even if it's subtly wearing somebody down over a period of time, and I don't mean, like, just pestering the crap out of them, but saying, hey, I'm going to go to Trek Club this week.
Right.
And somebody suddenly goes, he's going to Trek Club every week. Maybe it's interesting.
Something there, right? So I'll go try it out.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
I think that's sort of what it was with you, like you and I were friends for a long time before we ever went. You're just like, this dude runs a Star Trek club. Why does he do this? This is someone I like and somewhat appreciate. Let's, I'll go see what that is. By the same token, you've gotten me into things, not into things, but I have tried things out on your recommendation that I wouldn't have otherwise. Never cared about the Punisher. I've started reading some Punisher just out of morbid curiosity, and because you're buying like everything you can find that has the Punisher in it. I gotta know. Vince is someone I like and admire. I gotta know. I gotta try this out. I've probably listened to more comedians since I met you than I ever had in the past, because you're pretty big into comedy, and I've certainly watched more horror films since I met you.
True.
So I'm just saying, you and I have very different interests, and if you like and respect someone, you should try some stuff out,
Because it's not about saying, hey, you should really look at this, because that gets irritating.
It does, and I think the reason that when people approach it that way, it isn't about trying to do something for the other person. It isn't about trying to give someone. It's not like giving someone a present. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of this is...
It's very selfish. It's almost like trying to show someone your own personal work and say, see, isn't this awesome? It's like, you didn't even make it. You didn't even do it. It's like it would be like if I just went up to people that I barely knew, is like, oh, you don't like Star Trek? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? That's terrible. Like, I'm personally being offended by this as if I made it.
Yeah. I think it's kind of like there's a random...
But people do this.
They do. I think it's a lot like there's say there's some random geek who has some random geekdom that he is so deeply into and has no social skills.
We should have called our show that, Some Random Geeks.
Some random geeks.
Anyway,
I don't like that as much.
No, it's not so good. Go ahead.
But this geek has no social skills, and he feels like he's in his own little universe with his own little fandom.
Right.
And therefore he wants to pull people into it.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about? Even... Cap, I think maybe have mentioned this on the podcast before, but you have your own specific things that you know lots about, but you should know a little bit about everything else, so you can make it relatable to other people.
Oh, and I say that all the time. For me, being a geek, being a student of pop culture, as we like to call ourselves, is all about knowing a little bit about everything.